Hello. So today Molly is 2 months old, and so I thought it'd be fun to just do a quick video to talk about, what she's been up to and some of the milestones we've been going through, and to talk about where she is. And so she just woke up, so she's a little bit groggy right now. But are you gonna cry? Nope, not gonna cry. And she's been doing really well. As you know, she was born 5 weeks early because I had preeclampsia, and she was only 4 pounds when she was born. But today she is 9 pounds, and so she's more than double her birth weight. And she loves to eat, she loves to sleep, and she is basically a happy baby. The only issue that we've really been having with her is this digestive issue where she has grunting baby syndrome, which is apparently a thing, and you can see it happening right here. But she just has a really hard time digesting food and passing gas and spitting up and things like that. And so a lot of times she seems uncomfortable. And so that's been stressful for us. But the doctor said it's normal and it's not harmful. So we're just supposed to basically get through it. But it's hard because she looks miserable a lot of the time. So we went in yesterday and we got a prescription for Prilosec, actually Zantac, I think, and Josh would know. And so there's a possibility that it's reflux, but the doctor said he didn't think it was reflux, but there's no harm in giving her that medication. So we're going to try it and see what happens and see if it helps. And so we're supposed to go back on Monday to report back and see, if the Zantac helped and if it was reflux. And if it wasn't, then it's basically this grunting baby syndrome where they just need to develop their muscles to push out the gas more comfortably. And so that's something that she'll do as she gets older. But she's 2 months old and she's doing great, and we love her so much. And she's just cuter than a scooter, I think. And so I'll just walk you through kind of a day in the life of Molly, and I hope you enjoy. Here is the gassy, grunty behavior that she does all the time. You my gassy girl? She's just really straining to get this gas out. But the doctor says that it's normal, even though it doesn't really seem normal to me, and it causes her a lot of stress. Oh. So another thing that happened this month is she seemed a little bit congested in her nose, and since babies can only breathe through their nose, Josh was kind of worried about it one night, and so he decided he was going to use the nose free to suck out all her boogers. Well, that caused her to have a meltdown and cry, which caused her to get even more congested, so she couldn't breathe. So she was turning red and foaming at the mouth, and we put her in the car, drove her to the hospital, and she fell asleep in the car seat and calmed down. But it was really scary and stressful at 3 a.m. So we asked the doctor about that, and he didn't really say much. He just said that he had seen that happen before. And so it wasn't super comforting, but now when she seems congested, we just take her in the shower, in the little shower room in Josh's bathroom, and turn it on and sit with her for 10 minutes in the steam, and that seems to help. And we also run a humidifier every night on her bassinet, so she always has a humidifier to kind of try to decongest her. So Molly is just now growing out of the newborn diapers. So these are newborn Pampers that we had left over from the hospital. And they used to be way too big on her. Actually, preemies used to be way too big on her, and we used to have to fold them down on her belly button and everything. But now she's too big for even newborns, so she's going to a size 1. So that's crazy. So after we feed her and get her dressed and change her diaper twice, then it's time to go for a walk. And so we have Molly in her ergo carrier, and we have Wally, who is very excited to go for this walk. And it takes about an hour, and we go feed the horses. So our walk takes about an hour. It's 4 miles round trip, but we also have to feed the horses, so that takes a little bit of time. But it's really good for her because she sits upright in this ergo thing, and that helps with her bubbles in her tummy and her burping and her gas. And the dog, of course, really loves it because he gets to see some chickens and some horses and some bunnies, and I really love it too. Oh, you've got a screwed up fly mask. Come here. Oh no. How did you do that? How did you do that? Okay. Hungry horse. Here you have Molly. She is totally asleep by this point. She usually falls asleep about 7 minutes into the walk and sleeps the whole time. And here you have Harley, who is very hungry. So last night was actually the perfect night of sleep to talk about because it was like perfectly average. It wasn't horrible, but it definitely wasn't great either. So we went to bed around 9:30 and I had already fed her, but she woke up at 10 and was hungry again. So I won't count that as being up one time. And then so she slept from 10:30 to 12:30. And then we were up, I was feeding her from 12:30 to about 1:15. And then I put her back down and I woke up one time to soothe her, not to feed her, just to kind of calm her down at around 2:30. And then she slept till 3:30. So that was like a 2-hour stretch. And then I fed her again and put her down till about 4:15. And then I woke up to soothe her once after that. And then, but she basically slept from 4:15 to 7:15, which is a 3-hour stretch, which is like the best we'll get at this point. And so we got, you know, a couple 2-hour stretches almost, and then 1 3-hour stretch, sort of. So it was about 6 hours of sleep for me, 6.5. And then it was a pretty average night. So it's been tough with the whole sleep thing because she's 2 months old today, but she was 5 full weeks early. So she's really only 1 month old, if that. And so she's just not going to sleep 4 hours at a time or anything like that. Usually she'll sleep 2 hours at a time, maybe 1 3-hour stretch. So we are just hanging in there, and everyone tells us it gets better. So I'm sure it will at some point. So we're going to take a little break right here under a tree. And one of the things that just has been happening lately is she's really holding her head up well. She's kind of a bobblehead, but she can sort of hold her head up, which is pretty impressive for a baby of this age. You got milk all over your face, little girl. Oh, and there was a big burp. So yeah, she's definitely getting better at that. And there she goes. And so she's getting stronger and stronger. And she's also being awake more. So like, whereas when we first got her, she would sleep, like she would just eat and sleep. But now she'll be awake for like an hour at a time, especially in the morning. She's really happy. She got that from her daddy because he loves mornings. And then at night, you know, sometimes she has the witching hour and cries a lot. But generally she's happy if she's not having all that intestinal discomfort. Here's my pretty girl, 2 months old. 2 months old. And she really loves to be outside, as you can see. She likes to be out in the sun and just kind of enjoying the day with her best friend there. And she's getting pretty good at smiling. She can smile. Maybe not right now because she's a little bit groggy. She just woke up. But generally, she's a really good smiler. Who's my pretty girl? You wanna go home and eat some breakfast? All right, so it's only been 2 hours since she last ate, and the doctor said I should wait 3 hours to feed her again. So I'm gonna try to get my workout done while she takes a little nap, which probably isn't gonna work, but we'll give it a try. So cross your fingers. So Molly let me do 20 minutes of my 30-minute workout before she completely freaked out and started screaming. So I took a quick shower. I didn't get to condition my hair or anything like that. but I just had to get clean so that I could feed her, and so I just fed her for a half hour, and I know that's a lot longer than she's supposed to be taking to eat, but that's just how long it takes her. I don't know how to speed it up. So she ate for a half hour, and now she's ready for her nap. So I'm gonna put her in the rock and play and turn on the dishwasher. Oh, are you happy to take a nap? And then the dishwasher, just the noise from that really helps her to sleep, and so hopefully she'll sleep for 2 hours or so. Let's go take a nap. So we had just gotten her to fall asleep. It took about a half hour of screaming, and then the gardeners came, so the dog barked and woke her up. So now we're gonna try to get her to go back to sleep. The sounds of the gardener are good for getting her to fall asleep, but the dog barking is very bad. Wally, Wally, no barking. Okay. Great tragedy. Okay, my pretty girl. It's time for your afternoon nap. And you're gonna go sleep in your crib. Yeah. Gonna go take a nap in your crib? Yes. So her afternoon nap she takes in her crib instead of the rock and play or the bassinet, because there's such a thing called flat head syndrome where if they lay in the same place all day long, they will get a flat head, and we can't have that happening. So we sleep in different places, and we make sure we get enough time upright so we don't get a flat head. Ready to go take a nap, pretty girl? Pretty girl, take a nap. So we are having another meltdown, another kind of meltdown that can only be stopped by holding her or feeding her. And I just fed her, so I don't know. So Molly just had another meltdown where like there was no way to stop it. I tried holding her, I tried rocking her, I tried everything. So I just decided to feed her again, even though it's only been, I don't know, not that long, like less than an hour since she ate last. But there's just nothing else to do. So I don't know. The doctor said only to feed her every 3 hours, but the doctor is also a man. Did I mention that? So I don't think he really understands. So I'm just gonna feed her because she's screaming. Okay, so I fed her for less than 5 minutes, and now she's calmed down and she's going to sleep. So that was a great success. Good night, Molly. So I am finally gonna eat some lunch. So today I've had a glass of milk, a yogurt, and a handful of Cheerios, and an iced coffee, and it's 2:30. So I'm starving, and that may be related to my other piece of news. I happened to weigh myself this morning, and I've officially lost all of the baby weight, and I weigh the same as I did the day I got pregnant. So that's exciting, but I guess it's because there's no time to eat. But I'm happy about that, and I'm looking forward to getting some more time to work out and do Pilates as she gets older and has a little bit more of a better schedule. Hi, baby Molly. So I think the cutest and the most important thing that she did this month, or actually probably her whole life, is her first smile was when Josh came home from work, and I brought her over and she looked at him right in his face and did the biggest smile. And it was the first smile we saw her do intentionally, and it was just so cute. But then the next day he came home and I tried to recreate it, and I brought her over and she looked at his face and did the biggest frown and started screaming. So I'm not sure what that means, but it was really cute, and it was just a special moment of her first 2 months. Oop, and there's some spit up. Okay, so it is now 3 in the morning, and it ended up being like a really hard day, like one of the worst days she's had. And so I didn't even get to like take a video of the end of it, but she's finally asleep and doing good.
And so, yeah, she's 2 months old, and that was a day in the life, even though it was kind of a rough day. So, thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.